There is a organization called CERN, and CERN is an acronym, and it is located it's so large, in CERN, Switzerland, which is right at around Geneva, okay? And what I want to point out to you, I want to explain to you, is that CERN was started, I forgot my notes here, but I think it was back in 1954, I believe, September 29th, 1954, amazingly, on the Feast of Trumpets. I'm sure that was a coincidence as well. And it was also started by 12 countries. And so you have 12 countries on Rosh Hashanah, the beginning of the Hebrew calendar, the biblical calendar. I believe, in a way, if it means anything, prophetically, of symbolizing Israel, the anti-Israel. Because what you have to learn about CERN, Switzerland, what's in CERN, Switzerland, is this company called CERN, and what they have is the largest hadron collider in the world. What's a hadron collider? What you're looking at right here is a 17-mile radius. Here's some pictures of a hadron collider that takes proton particles and puts them at almost the speed of light, 99.99999% of the speed of light, which is 286,400 miles per second. And it puts them in circles going around each other, and then through giant magnets, which are 100,000 times stronger than the gravitational pull of the Earth, they force these particles to collide. What they're trying to do, you can see a picture of it there. Look, does that not look out something out of Star Trek? 10,000 connections just in that picture right there. 300 feet below ground. And this is where these beams of light will collide. What are they trying to do? They are trying to collide these beams and find what's called the God particle. They want to find the beginning of the universe. They want to replicate the Big Bang theory and the Big Bang, and collide these and find out what comes off of them. Because what you have is you have matter, that's what you see right now. Then you have antimatter, which is what you can't see. And you have dark matter. And what they're trying to discover is what's holding together matter that they can't see. Now, our Bible says is what? It's the Word. There's a spiritual dimension to the physical dimension, and that's what's holding everything together. What they want to do is find and separate that. So they want to separate the natural from what we call the supernatural, which is simply just the natural of something super. They want to separate that, and they want to isolate that. Here's the problem with that. When you separate the natural from and here's another picture, but when you separate the natural from the supernatural, you don't know what you're going to find. By the way, these are people that invented the World Wide Web. They invented it. Out of that came what we call the Internet. This is the kind of people that we're dealing with, very, very technologically advanced. A large portion of CERN is located in the territory of St. Genus Poli. In Roman times, it was called Apolliacum. The town and the temple were dedicated to Apollyon, the destroyer, Shiva, or Horus. The very city that CERN is sitting on is the ancient temple to the god Apollyon, which is today in the Hindu temples Shiva, which is the goddess of destruction and recreation. Destruction of what? It's the only goddess, catch this, out of the thousands of gods that are out there, it is the only one, the only deity that claims to destroy the universe for the purpose of recreating it. It's it. So would it shock you to discover, let's read this out of Revelation. To him who was given the key of the bottomless pit, he opened the bottomless pit, and they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue his name is Apollyon. The bottomless pit is connected, according to our Bible, to the god Apollyon, which is Hasatan himself. And the very temple of Apollyon is sitting right dead center in CERN. Here's CERN's logo. Now I'm going to stretch this just for a little bit, but if you look at this, you will see 666. As a matter of fact, I looked at this for a long time, like, oh, wait a minute, there's more than 3 sixes, and then I discovered, no, there's not. There's only 3 actual 6s, and there's 2 9s. I don't know what that means, but maybe it's a coincidence. I don't know about you, but if I'm creating a logo, I really don't want it to resemble 666. But they did. So this is the epicenter, or the facility, the main headquarters of CERN, right here. That's their logo right there. And outside of their main headquarters, this is amazing to me. It is the only corporation in the world that has a deity as its mascot. Because corporations don't like to be connected to religion. They just don't. But this is the largest of its kind, and the deity that is found outside of its headquarters is Shiva. Ancient Apollyon, the goddess of destruction. And if you look very careful, this is thousands of years old. If you look carefully, what does that look like? It looks like the exact picture of the Stargate that they're creating 300 foot below ground, of the collider. In their own videos, they use it. Just so you might think that I'm not crazy here, the director of research and scientific computing at CERN has this to say about the colliding. Something may come through dimensional doors at LHC, and out of this door might come something, or we might send something through it. Why is that so important? Because you have to understand, you can read all of this on their website, the purpose of CERN for the last 60 years has been to open up a portal of time-space. They want to open up a black hole, what's called a miniature black hole. When is their next collision scheduled for? Would it shock you? September 2015.